It's March, and the new picture is Canada. I have a really funny story about this section of Canada. So, last year I went through this time where I was going to Epcot and I was hearing the funniest things people were saying, guessing what country they were in. There's normally like tables right here. Obviously, they were moved for the official Disney photograph, but a family walks in and the daughter's like, "Oh, we're in Mexico." And then the mom's like, "Are you sure we're in Mexico? This looks like Italy." I'm not really sure, like, what is Mexican or Italian about totem poles and greenery and moose, but that is what happened.
Good morning, everybody. I am getting ready to leave for work, but I want to show you what I just walked out to when I went to take the dogs out, like, I don't know, 45 minutes ago, that I've been dealing with. So I opened the door to take the dogs out, and there is this pile of boxes from our Amazon delivery just sitting outside our door. I was a little intimidated. But I brought them all in. I got it all put away, which is fantastic. And it's probably the earliest and quickest that an Amazon delivery has gotten to our house and gotten all put away. So we are winning.
I'm done with work. I texted Duncan about 3 hours ago and I was like, "Can I please have a day reset? Because there's 3 sad things that have happened so far." I don't know if they're sad, they're just things that happened today. One, if you've been watching these a while, you know that I love sweet fire chicken from Panda Express. And it was a pandemic discovery because my favorite thing at Panda Express used to be black pepper chicken, and they stopped making it during the pandemic down here because of limited menus and things, and we discovered that one so good. And I haven't even had my favorite item again since I discovered it because it's so good. So I've noticed the past couple times I've gotten an order, they haven't had it. So I finally just emailed them about it because it's still listed on their website as a thing. My area is no longer making it, but they would send in a request for it, which, like, I mean, there's menu requests all the time at restaurants. They're not going to bring back a menu item because I want it, but I appreciate them passing along my feedback. So I'm bummed. I was like, well, is there a list of places that have it? So I guess I'm just going to always have to look anytime I travel. So sad. Why are regional menus a thing? Anyway, second thing, I was talking with my friends, and there was this case of lice that happened at one of my friends' works, and not even at one of my friends' work, it was just one of those things. And this person came to work with visible bugs in their hair. I know lice is a very common problem, especially when you're working with children or have children. Like, schools are just one of those places where lice happens, so kids have lice. Well, this was an adult who had gotten it from her child, came to work, the trainer saw there were visible bugs in the hair. It was a new job, I don't know, but the manager had to confront the person. It turns out she did know that they had confirmed lice cases in her house and they were battling with it, but still went to work where they work with people and didn't tell anybody or ask about it or anything. I know it's kind of one of those really embarrassing things, but if there's visible bugs in your hair, what are you doing? Like, ooh, talking about it gives me the shivers. Like, I mean, lice is a thing and there's ways to control it. It's fine. It happens. It's life. But I don't know why I'm just getting like the visual of the bugs visible. I don't know. I just couldn't handle it. And all day I've been like, ugh, bug. I already feel like that in Florida because there's just so many weird bugs here. So now I feel like shivery. And then what didn't help that feeling is I was like, guys, give me blood, give me poop, give me vomit. I can deal with all those things. I cannot deal with bugs on people. I just can't do it. So then I take my dogs out after they ate dinner. Gadget loves lizards, like loves them. I don't actually think she means to like hurt them. She just really wants, she thinks they're toys. The other day she killed a lizard when we were outside. She thought she was playing with it, and then I looked and it was dead. So today I took them out. There was one on the porch. They came out of the door bolting like they always do. The lizard ran away. I took them over to the grass. The lizard came back, and then it ran away. Well, it ran away to the door, the front door to our house. So they're all done. I've got both dogs, and the lizard's on like the bottom of the door. And I was like, if I open it, the lizard's definitely coming inside. And I was like, but I'm not touching it. So I let Gadget go up to it, figuring if her nose touched it, it would run away. Well, it just kept running back and forth between the door frame. And I was like, seriously? I'm giving you the option to run away here. What are you doing? Well, then it picked option 3, which was to go under the door. And I was like, well, it's either already in my house or I'm going to open my door and it's going to get in the house. So I opened the door. Sure enough, good to know, we have a really good door stop because it was like stuck in there. It couldn't actually get in the house. Well, I'm like, well, great, now it's in the house. So I've got the 2 dogs on their leashes. I've got this lizard in my house. My phone's in one hand. I have a bag full of poop on the other hand. So I was like, okay. So I put everything down. I go to the kitchen. I'm going to get a Tupperware to see if I could like scoop up the lizard. Lizards in your house in Florida are really not that uncommon. I just don't prefer it because one, Oso also loves lizards. So it's nice that my animals like to catch them. I just don't ever want them to unknowingly bring me a dead one. And you just never know when they're going to creep up. Sorry for the abrupt pause. I had some visitors. Anyway, so the lizard is in the shoes, and I go to get the Tupperware, and long story short, Gadget's trying to get the lizard. The lizard doesn't want to leave. Gadget bites the tail off of the lizard, and then I make her spit it out. So lizard's still in the house. The tail is like dancing on the tile. I'm not sure if Duncan can. I took a Snapchat of it and saved the video, so if he can make the footage work, it's right here. Otherwise, I finally get to the lizard. It went in by all of our shoes. So I had to like move all the pairs of shoes off the ground so we had nowhere to hide. And then he puts his like little front hands, I don't know what to call it, webbed feet, into the Tupperware and then runs away. And I was like, bro, I'm trying to save you. What are you doing? Finally, he just looked so scared. He was panting so hard. I felt so bad. I picked him up with my hands, put him in the container, and then took him outside. He was a little stunned, I think, and he just stood there for a second, and then I closed the door, and when I looked back out the window, he was gone. So he must be okay. And then I flushed the tail down the toilet because I didn't know what else to do. So anyways, those 3 things have made my Monday a Monday. And now, because I still feel gross from the lice and the bugs, I'm gonna go take a shower and then I'm gonna restart my day. Well, restart my brain, because I actually go to the airport tomorrow for that interview. Well, I go to the airport to get on a plane, so I have an interview on Wednesday. So I gotta prep for that, as well as my other beginning of the month stuff. I reset all my reports for LuLaRoe, for my travel business, so just got a lot to do tonight. So I just had to come on and say I took a shower to wash all the imaginary bugs and lizards off of me, and I am feeling so much more at peace with today. Also, I asked Siri what the weather was going to be like in Fayetteville, Arkansas, and right now It is 42 degrees. Tomorrow the high is 50, low of 30. Luckily, I'm only going to be there for less than, well, I guess I'll be there for 24 hours, but definitely sways what I was going to pack a little bit differently. So I can't decide if I'm excited or sad, but at least I don't have to live there. So I don't know if I mentioned this in all of the American Airlines stuff yesterday, but when I had tweeted them about my hold time, I was looking at the other tweets and there was a lot of angry people last night about getting stuck in Dallas, which seems to be their hub because it seems like everyone's layover is there. And it seemed like they were still trying to recover from all the crazy weather that they've been having there. So I'm a little nervous since that's where my layover is both times. The second on the way back, I'm not so worried because it's pretty late. So I would think, but I don't know if stuff's delayed, then people are there all night, but I'm a little nervous about that. I don't know if I've been to the Dallas airport before. I've been to many Texas airports for rarely having actually gone to Texas, but there's so many because it's such a big state. But send all your good vibes my way that I won't have drama in Dallas tomorrow. Duncan is on his way home from work. He had a bit of a late night, so I'm interested to see if they were busy. It's just a weird time in Orlando right now. March is normally a busy spring break time, given that not every state does spring break at the same time. But it is definitely feeling people are coming to Orlando right now, which honestly, like, is bittersweet because, like, it's really super good for our economy here. As you all probably know, Orlando has a very heavy tourism industry, and we really rely on that. So when it wasn't booming, it definitely impacted lots of families here. So it's great news that people are feeling comfortable to come down. Bittersweet, little sad, because that means the parks aren't going to be as empty as we've gotten used to them being. But Disney's still at limited capacity, social distancing, etc., etc. So it's still as safe as it always has been. It's just restaurants now are also getting busier because people are renting rental houses. People are staying at the resorts. So it's just, we're not used to crowds in Orlando anymore. In fact, what flight was that? Our flight from Denver to Orlando when we flew back from Hawaii was full, like full, which was the only full flight we had the entire time. And they even admitted, like, we were delayed leaving, and they're like, we just haven't had a full flight in months, so we just weren't prepared. So people are definitely coming. Now, in all fairness, that was the weekend where, like, 3/4 of the country went through some crazy snow. So the Denver airport was super busy in general, with people just being not able to get out because of snow. But yeah, anyway, so he's on his way home. I'm not sure if we're going to watch The Bachelor tonight or if we're going to get up tomorrow morning. We'll probably watch tonight because I've got to go to the airport tomorrow, but I'm not sure how tired he'll be. But I was working on my stuff, trying to get some LuLaRoe prepped for the day or the night, the next couple days, and I got a surprise client that wants to go to Disney in May. So when I get those kind of things, I drop everything else. I don't know if that's good for my productivity, but she was ready to book right now. So I wanted to book her. So now I've got a family going to Art of Animation in May. So that's super exciting. I've already beat my travel sales goal for the year, but I would love to double it. So again, if you need to book any Disney resorts, let me know. I would love to book you.
Look, I'm home.
We are going to watch The Bachelor.
Like, probably 30 minutes of it.
It's a shocking women tell-all.
Alright.
From this season are back. Katie, Piper, Serena C, Chelsea, Abigail,
Daily Disney for March 1st from Cinderella. No, I mean it. Lucifer has got his good points too. After thinking it over, Cinderella reminds us that even if it's not easy, we should try to get along with each other.
We made it further than I thought.
I mean, I could finish.
I can't. I'm so asleep.
But I'll appreciate well, I'm going to pretend like I'm going to sleep right now, but I'll pretend that I appreciate the extra hour of sleep tomorrow.
Yeah.
Everyone meets deadlines.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for coming to the show! Ask for one. What did he say?